Hello everyone, Speed Gaming. Welcome to Link to the Past 2025 main tournament. Got our round one, game two between Jack and WillardJBradley. We got casual boots for this game too. I am Pixcalibur, and we'll see how this race will go. So again, Jack is up one game and hoping to take this to advance, and Willard hopefully will try to force a game three. So we'll see what happens in this seed. Alright, so getting that map checked. So we got Crystal and Eastern and a couple of pendants, Hera and Desert with our green pendant. So we've got our first, 5 minutes or so, just a normal escape sequence. Alright, so nothing much in the front, just a small key and a map, so gonna have to open everything in the back. Ooh, okay, that's a good find. Early flippers. Right, so picking up a French vanilla Sank Heart there. Yeah, just really doing the normal checks at the beginning here, so not much as a bottle. Oh, blue mail, okay. Good for safeties there. Already got a pretty healthy seed here, so I don't think health is going to be too much of an issue for our runners here. And both runners are picking up an early glove, so that's nice to have on hand. Yeah, at this point, it's just kind of the standard play, doing South Shore checks next. They do have mountain access, not in logic, but that is an option. Granted, there's not a whole lot they could do with the mountain at this point. All right, mini Moldorm Cave. Let's see. Oh, damn, with 300 bucks. Okay, well, we'll take that. Zora money. A mini Moldorm Cave with really nothing in there, just consumables. All right, Jack going over for Agina, which is okay. Well, there would be your boots. Green 20 right there. Oh, just taking a look at the kind of lost Willards there. Okay, there we got Willard back on board there. It's like it's just a solo race there. Luckily, we're not really finding anything. I think Willard was also farming for money, so that's not really a big thing. Gonna be curious what Zora has, since yeah, Zora is in logic. You know, you got glove and flipper, so just pick whichever way you want to use for the logic. Alright, so that is Samaria on the floating island. So really just need a mirror to be able to pick that up. You know, once we have Dark World and doing our work there. Alright, so Zora with just more health. And Jack is going to be picking up... Yeah, I didn't quite catch what was on the ledge, but something... Oh, yeah, definitely going to want that. And that's completely free with early flippers. Alright, getting some of our money back in Saw's closet. Taking our first look into Eastern, because otherwise we don't have a lot of stuff left to do in Logic. And welcome in Ben Creighton with rating with a party of 21. And welcome to our Link to the Past randomizer main tournament. And we got casual boots for this race. Game 2 between JAQK and WillardJBradley. And now we're gonna need to we need to find something here. Okay, so there's Moon Pearls, so there's our Dark World access. Yeah, so I was kind of wondering, 'cause didn't really have a lot to go on up until that point. Alright, first look into the Dark World. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Let's see. I have Skullwoods and TR for red crystals. I think it was Meyer that had the other pendant. Alright, Hype Cave. What do we got today? Well, shield. Okay, a bow. That's good to find. And I did not see what was on that pyramid ledge. That might have been a boomerang, but I didn't get a good look at that. I think Willard's going to be going the same way, so not a chance to look at this. Yeah, that looked like a blue boomerang, so yeah, well, neither run's going to get that. And we got a little bit of a divergence here, so Will is going to be going to Catfish. Now, this has something big that, like, might be a while before Jack gets to that. Catfish is just not a very friendly check to do. Meanwhile, Jack is into Pod, which is, I mean, just missing a lamp, but given their equipment, should be easy enough to take out this level. They got everything else they needed. Yeah, so Catfish was not the answer. Just a hard piece. So Willard is going to continue the divergence going into Skull Woods, Village of Outcasts. Alright, so Willard giving us our first look into Skull Woods. Let's see if there's anything of note in this place. So far, Pod with its just usual front loading of keys. I also got the big key. And Willard with the scoring the goods in Skull Woods. Skull Woods only has 2 items, but a lot of times it's gonna have something. At least a good number of times. At least one, if not even both items. So yeah, in chat, feel free to just type in any big items that you see that I might miss, because I'm also doing the tracking for this, and it's casual boots, so it's not that big a deal to do. In case I miss something, you guys are gonna keep me up to speed on stuff. I think at this point, Jack is just rushing the boss, which is a reasonable move because you don't have the mirror, so probably may do a save and quit on after the Dark Maze. And there we go. It looks like Jack's finally getting through that one turtle room there. Ooh, hey. Well, kind of convenient fire rod there. Yeah, so Willard going into the kind of like the West Dark World area, so finding a shovel in these. And just more health on Helmasaur. So Jack's getting our first crystal on the board. Past 25.5 minutes. And a nice run by Willard up the center of that room. You kind of have to get that right pixel there. If you go off the side a little bit, you just end up hitting the spikes. Alright, so looking like Harmless Hellway with Cane of Burna, so that does put Spike Cave into Logic. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a nasty spot for that Ice Rod. I was in the Dark Maze. I mean, luckily Pod is a crystal, so you're going to do that. I mean, it'd be a little more annoying if Pod was a pendant, because that, a lot of people may just ditch Pod, pendant Pod. But in this case, it's not an issue. Alright, so Jax is going to be following suit into the West Dark World area. Nice, clean blind fight on Willard's end. Yeah, now Jax is doing Easttown first. Has that fire rod, so now can do Skull Woods in one go. Gonna be very, a little bit more convenient right there. And kind of, we got a little bit of a sync right there between our runners, both in the brewery, or the, yeah, this brewery, or whatever that place is. And Hammer Pigs was just more money, and at this point, I don't think runners really need any more money. Got plenty of cash already, and I mean, Casual Boots is a seed that you probably don't need like a bunch of potions for safeties or anything. Alright, so digging game coming up with nothing. Time for Smith Chain. We don't have Mirror, so... Going to be a little bit annoying to do. We might as well take the frog on a little bit of a tour. Granted, we've done some of we've done Hype Cave already, so... Don't think it's going to be the full world tour. Alright, so Willard, yeah, I kind of forgot about that shovel. So I was thinking maybe start from Sink, but yeah, no, starting from Link's house is actually fine to get that shovel check out of the way. You don't want to risk isolating that. So in terms of checks, let's see, what do they have in play here? Logically, because we don't have any mountain access yet. We do have Ice Palace. That is in play. Now, we don't know if it's logically hookshot locked, depending on the key layout. Willard's going to be going to the back of Skull Woods and clearing that place out. Yeah, so I think our checks are actually getting a little bit thin at this point. Yeah, I think Eastern had armor, Moon Pearl, and something else. I think it was like maybe a red rupee or something. I don't think the third item was anything of importance. A good moth fight on Willard's end. Grab a red crystal from that place. Now, granted, we're probably not going to be seeing Pyramid Fairy since TR is the other red crystal. It's a pretty good chance we're just going to probably be in go mode by that point already. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. So that is our mountain access. Like, actually, we still can't do much up there. We don't have mirror, we don't have hook shot. So it does give us like the front checks on the mountain. It does give us logical eastern. Granted, we do have fire rod, but it does give us all the checks. Yeah, spike cave. There's some kind of loose checks here, so we'll see how our runners want to run this. Yeah, so it's looking like we have logic, vanilla big key. So now we just have logical, full clear of Eastern. And this is just going to be for our crystal, because if we've already found all the items, that gives us logical ice rod as well in pod. And Willard hasn't been to pod yet, so now it just makes that a little bit easier to handle. So yeah, Skullwood's coming up big today. You know, as I said, as mentioned, is like it only has 2 items, but a lot of times at least one or even both items can strike big. And in this case, it's lamp and mitts. So at this point, yeah, we're gonna expect both runners to be probably scouting the mountain. They're probably trying to hope to get the mirror before thinking about ice, because since Samaria is right on the island, you know, that'd be very convenient to have. Okay, so Willard is just going to be pairing up Pod, now with that lamp is fully in logic to clear. And Jax will be doing the... I don't think we checked purple chest yet, though. I think Willard just stopped after the smith. So we might be getting purple chest check. Because granted, the lamp doesn't add a whole lot of extra checks for us. It adds Old Man and Spectacle Rock, the cave, and then Spike Cave. So there's some pretty thin checks on the mountain there, so we might have progression there, so we have, at least can group all that together. Yeah, I mean, you imagine like the icebreaker chest having mirror. It's like, oh man. And at that point, you probably now if that first chest in ice is a small key, then you really got to start thinking about that. Because that if that first chest is a small key, then or I think with the room with the two freezers, a small key, then it's not hookshot locked. All right, so we're going to be getting King's Tomb check here. All right, so that's not the answer, just another bottle. I mean, purple chest could just have the mirror, and just haven't. It's like we haven't seen that before, huh? All right, so Jax is should be giving us our purple chest check here. Yeah, because stuff like bumper ledge, no, you can't do that yet. Graveyard ledge can't do. So those are going to be a little bit isolated there. I mean, or maybe purple chest would give book. You might as well just go into Pendant Desert roll, right? I mean, it is Green Pendant Desert, so that would be something if we find the book. And not sure what Jax is doing there. Yeah, I think he realized that he doesn't have the mirror. So, I mean, luckily it's not that much backtracking. It's kind of like muscle memory. You just forget you don't have a mirror, kind of get trapped there. All right, so Willard's just cleared out Helmbasaur. Be pretty much doing the same thing that Jax did. Gonna be clearing out the back of Pod. We'll be picking up that Ice Rod, which I think that was really the only thing we found of any significance in Pod. Oh, nice bomb jump right there. Skip going around there. Yeah, I believe Burna. Yeah, Burna's in the Harmless Hell room, I believe. So Will will be getting that in just a bit. And Jax will be giving us our first look into Ice. Alright, so first just giving us our first medallion of the game. So we got Quake. I mean, it's not really gonna do too much for us right now in terms of, we can't really access either dungeon to get knowledge on that. Now, in terms of using Quake on him, I think it just takes out those Pengators like immediately, right? It doesn't do any. It doesn't transform them in anything. It's just a straight up one hit KO. Kind of like the bomb strat right there, and pretty much got all his bombs back as well. Full refund on that. And it's looking like Willard's going to be following suit into Ice as well. And I want to say Ice is logically hookshot locked at this point. Oh, of course. Of course. Pretty much, and pretty much chat was really calling that out. So at least someone mentioned that. Finding the mirror in Ice, so you cannot icebreaker this place. Well, you can, but you just have to go out, get Samarian, and go right back in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up on that as to why. Again, I know Chet knows a lot more about this than I do. It's probably, is it because you can get a small key that you can get to the right side, so you don't have to go through that one hookshot room in this case? Oh my god, this place was okay. So this was requiring a double dip. So it's Samario locked, logically Samario locked as well. Yeah, so I think it's is a logical double dip of ice because you had to go get mirror, then get Samaria, and then go back in. So yeah, but of course the runners are not going to follow logic, but how the seed wanted you to run this was double dip ice. So Ice Palace actually had some real good goods today. It was two medallions and the mirror, so that's some pretty high yield stuff there, giving us a 2/3 chance to get into TR. So in terms of go mode, it might be just the hook shot that we need. Because TR, or maybe Ether. Oh yeah, and another sword. I always forget that need at least a master sword at this point. All right, nothing on the floating island. And I think Jack's just noped out because you can't even. You have to go through it the normal way, so you have to do Hera basement. And of course, it's the one medallion we don't have, so TR is not accessible. And Willard finally checking a lumberjack, and okay, well, it was nothing, just a red 20, so nothing of importance there. Oh, maybe hoping for the bonk chest to have hook shot. I mean, that'd be very convenient. So we got the whole mountain to explore, so Paradox Cave, Spiral Cave here. I mean, it would be a little bit annoying if, say, like, top of Hera has hook shot, so you can't skip, you can't Hera pot or anything. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. That was all out of the question. So, I mean, pretty much got everything we needed right there, huh? So the seed was not gonna try to be trolly at all there. So any hopes of trolley setups were thrown out the window. Spike Key with nothing. Still need that sword. Okay, half-cost magic is always welcome. At this point, Jax may just... Oh, definitely gonna do Hookshot Cave first, but may just go take out TR. I mean, you're here, may as well. I mean, easily could find at least one sword in TR, maybe a couple swords if you're lucky. Alright, so we can look through Hookshot Cave for real. I mean, let's see, what hovering... I don't think it would have done much in this case. Mushroom... Yeah, so outside of a mushroom. I mean, at this point, there's a chance we might not be dipping any pendants here because we still have no access to desert, no access to mire. We need flute for mire, book or flute for desert, and then Hera, just noped out after the beginning. At this point, just looking for a sword. Alright, so nice, pretty much you're not going to be missing those silvers in TR. Even if you're in Go mode, TR, Go mode, you pretty much still have to do the whole place anyway. Alright, so we're getting to just over the 1 hour mark here, so don't forget to give a follow to our runners here, Jackson, WillardJBradley, putting up a good show for us. The seed, it's actually hasn't been that bad. Most of the stuff has kind of been falling into place. The seed has kind of been funneling them in a way. So it's not like you had a bunch of stuff to do. They're kind of limited on checks for a lot of the seed. And now at this point, just looking for a sword. And okay, so Willard's going to be taking a look into Swamp. I mean, it is crystal, so they have to do it anyway. Again, it was just looking for a sword for go mode at this point. I mean, that would be annoying if, like, left side Swamp has, like, 2 swords. That would be kind of a mean thing to do, because neither runner is going to do left side Swamp for that. Alright, so laser bridge. Let's see if anything is on here today. Nope, there's 10 bomb drop, okay. It's a small key we need, and last check is nothing on the laser bridge at all. Never want to see double dungeon items in Swamp there. So we know there's going to be a couple items on the left. And even with the big key found as well. Yeah, that would be like absolutely trollage if he had triple swords there. That'd be so mean. Alright, so Willard should be close to finish off Argus. Jack's a little bit more on Trinex there. Okay, no, that's Argus is good for the book, okay. I think at this point Willard's going to be going with, okay, I'm hoping for at least one sword in GT. He's going to go with off of that hope there. Because he's going to get silver, so that's not a problem. I mean, there's another option. Maybe before going into GT, maybe just check Ether Tablet really quick. I mean, that takes only a few seconds, and never. Oh no, they can't. They can't get tablets. Oh, okay, so they can only get information on that, so it's not going to do any good on that. I mean, if it ends up being that case, may not hurt to do that. Actually, just take a little quick detour if you know that if Ether Tablet really does have a sword. You know, it's good to know you have that tempered sword for Ganon. Just saves you a lot of headaches there. I mean, if the GT big key is towards the back, they're at least they're going to be able to run most of the basement GT basement checks. It's if it's like Torch or Hope Room that has the big key. Now they're gonna have to think a little bit. How much more do you want to go through to try to find a sword? So something like a vanilla GT big key may not be that bad a thing. Gives you just more chances to find a sword if you're still looking for one. And I mean, I've seen people do Master Sword like the first two phases, and especially if they can do Samaria strats with that, it really does lower down the time differential between Master Sword and Tempered. I mean, a terrible thing the seat could do is put like GT with flute, and then like a sword in like Mire or Desert. No, they have book that ends with desert. Let's say Meyer has a sword, and then the tablets have, or even Pedestal could have a sword. I mean, that would be like bad because you have to find that exact sword. The two of them are locked. And now they're kind of trading places with the bosses. Willard's on Trinex, Jax is going to be on Argus, so both going for their 7th crystal. It's just Willard is already up on the mountain, so it's just going straight into GT after, so we'll have, at least on the surface, a little bit of an advantage. Alright, so that is 7 crystals for Willard. So we can do a couple of guesses here. We got 1 for the GT Big Key. So got 1 through 22 checks for that. And we have a sword. Now that's going to go the full up to 27 checks for a sword. Alright, Jack's picking up their 7th crystal, be on the way to GT. I mean, actually, we haven't seen the mushroom turn in. I mean, that could have a sword as well. Alright, so Willard into GT. Probably gonna be like a minute or so ahead. Okay, so Torch, we don't care. It's just another shield. Alright, so the DM, the stealth host room, just a bunch of small keys, and it's looking like Willard's just gonna go full left at this point. And probably what they don't want to see is the flute. That's probably don't want to see that. You don't want to be thinking about Meyer, the whole Meyer area as an option. Okay, well, there's the cape. I don't think either player looked at Bumper Ledge. Oh no, that's probably not what you want to see. Oh boy. I think the random room had nothing in it. Oh, that is not what you want to see. Oh, okay, so Bumper Ledge had nothing, just money. Okay, so don't care about that. I mean, there's still a lot of other not so friendly checks. Like all your mirror checks are in play. So Graveyard Ledge, K45. Oh, okay, there's the big key. And oh, his other two shields were in GT. Alright, so GT big chest with no, just another heart container. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got plenty of health already. Oh dear, this is not looking good here. Nothing in the so that's 1 through 23 check. Oh no, 22. They didn't do tile room. I mean, tile room with sword wouldn't even be worth it at this point. Okay, so we're going on climb right now. And if no swords on the climb, let's see what are they gonna think of now? Probably gonna be like Desert Mire at this point. Yeah, I mean, Pet could easily have a sword. I mean, at that point, that's just you may as well say one sword is dead, and nobody's getting that. Yeah, double. If both tablets have swords, this would be a nightmare of a seed at this point. This would turn into a total nightmare. Because if Pedestal has like vanilla Master Sword, and you need that for the other two swords on tablets, that would be absolutely awful. Alright, top of GT, what do we got here? Let's see, that's 24, 25 checks, nothing. it's like, please, just get one of these swords here. Oh man. I mean, can you imagine if it ends up being pad plus 2 tablets? Yeah, can you really imagine? if the seat actually does this. Oh my gosh, so that no sword in GT. Oh man, we are not in go mode right now. So, oh boy, so we've got mushroom, we've got mirror checks. Now we have mire and desert are now options. Pyramid fairy. You guys start looking at these things now. Oh man. See, just because it's casual boots does not mean it's easy. You get some seats here that are just absolutely nasty. Yeah, left a swamp still has 3 checks, I believe. Oh, that would be... Oh man, let's see. What does the seat want to do here? I believe Swamp has the left side Swamp and the big chest. So 3 items. Oh, they did. Oh, maybe they. Yeah, they didn't bomb that wall at the start. Okay, that would be 4 items in Swamp. Yeah, I gotta be thinking both runners got to be. Will probably be stressing out a little bit here. Because if you think like your opponent's found a sword somewhere, you know you're in trouble. All right, here we go. We got the bonus content here. No Ganon yet. Go for bonus content. Man, even getting bottle percent here. Oh. Alright, checkerboard cave here. No, that is not the answer. Okay, oh, this cool. Okay, we're going for the mushroom check. Yeah, so we're throwing fake powder out the window here. All right, so yeah, mushroom, not the answer there. Just the other boomerang. So don't need that. Oh boy, this is this is bad at this point. So yeah, so no, lumberjack just had a red 20, so that was. I mean, if it had a sword, that. Oh, and they wouldn't have had access for a while. They didn't get the cape until, I think, GT. And that would have been that's their AGA access. Oh, okay, bumper ledge just a piece of heart. Yeah, so both runners here are on a hunt for a sword here, and we're going to all these like dead end checks at this point. It's basically whoever finds the sword first is gonna be in the driver's seat. Okay, I think Willard's going to be doing left the swamp. This is going to be the swamp play here. I mean, this could be big. Oh yeah, it could be Pyramid Fairy. Yeah. Okay, so that's reasonable as well. We'll do that. Oh my gosh. And we found pretty much almost everything else in the game. I think the only thing... Let's see, what have we not found? We haven't seen powder. And... Is that it? We've seen both boomerangs. So the only thing... Besides a bunch of swords we haven't found is powder. Alright, so Jack's into desert. Okay, we're gonna see who is gonna come out on top here. Oh, there we go. There's, oh my gosh, Pyramid Fairy for the win right here. Oh, that is a great place. Oh, Willard just striking the absolute jackpot right there with double swords and Pyramid Fairy. Holy smokes. And I was kind of somewhat writing off Pyramid Fairy because TR being a red crystal, a lot of times it's so late that you don't really get a chance to look at Pyramid Fairy, but no, the seed kind of wanting you to do that. So, grabbing double swords. So the thing is, I think Jax might have had a chance to do that, to check Pyramid Fairy before, but you don't really expect that. And then Willard, there is no way Willard would have done that because TR was his 7th crystal. But anyway, there we go. Ganon's down on Willard's side, so get your GGs in chat for WillardJBradley, who's going to be taking Game 2 and will be forcing that Game 3. All right, well, there's powder. K45 with powder. All right, so we're gonna see if we can see where that 4th sword. Maybe it's on pad here. And Jack's deciding to put the DNF since Game 3. I think his Game 3 is actually scheduled right after this. So let's see. Let the credits roll here. Yeah, so yeah, the seed was kind of a nail biter there. I was trying to figure out where these swords were in. Just happened to be, Pyramid Fairy. When we saw just one sword there, I was like, okay, that's already good enough. But having two swords in there, I'm like, oh, that's kind of mean to do that. So yeah, I don't think pendants had to be dipped at all for this. So okay, so nothing on pedestal, just couch cash. So the other sword, yeah, I mean, it could be in one of the pendant dungeons or something. We don't know. Yeah, so I think both runners are going to be taking a little bit of a break. If they're going to be interviews, they would probably would do it after. I don't think they're going to be coming in right now because you have to take a break, and their game 3 pretty much has to be going right after this. Which is going to be on the same channel, on same SpeedGaming. 80 Tile Swap will be the game 3. So decide who will advance in the brackets. Yeah, so looking in the chats and stuff, yeah, they're just gonna get their game 3 set up, so there gonna be no interviews for this. Let them take a little bit of a break before they have to get started right away with a completely different mode here. I mean, this was kind of messy in its own right, but yeah, this their tile swap is gonna be their game 3, so. Probably just stay, you guys can stay tuned in to Speed Gaming, and we can see what craziness will come about in their game 3.